alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers and sisters, you can share our lessons from the recording on the verse number 2.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الذين كفروا ينادون لمقت الله أكبر من مقتكم أنفسكم إذ تدعون إلى الإيمان فتكفرون. قالوا ربنا أمتنا اثنتين وأحييتنا اثنتين فاعترفنا بذنوبنا فهل إلى خروج من سبيل. ذلكم بأنه إذا دعي الله وحده كفرتم وإن يشرك به تؤمنوا. الحكم لله العلي الكبير. هو الذي يريكم آياته وينزل لكم من السماء رزقا وما يتذكر إلا من يريد. فادعوا الله مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. رفيع الدرجات ذو العرش يلقي الروح من أمره على من يشاء من عباده لينذر يوم التلاق يوم هم بارزون لا يخفى على الله شيء. لمن الملك اليوم؟ لله الواحد القهار. اليوم تجزى كل نفس بما كسبت لا ظلم اليوم إن الله سريع الحساب. وأنذرهم يوم الآزفة إذ القلوب لدى الحناجر كاظمين ما للظالمين من حميم ولا شفيع يطاع. يعلم خائنة الأعين وما تخفي الصدور. والله يقضي بالحق والذين يدعون من دونه لا يقضون بشيء إن الله هو السميع البصير. أولم يسيروا في الأرض فينظروا كيف كان عاقبة الذين كانوا من قبلهم كانوا هم أشد منهم قوة وآثارا في الأرض فأخذهم الله بذنوبهم وما كان لهم من الله من واق. ذلك بأنهم كانت تأتي تأتيهم رسلهم بالبينات فكفروا فأخذهم الله إنه قوي شديد العقاب. صدق الله العظيم. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
السلام عليكم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا نشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله وقال الله تعالى في القران الكريم اعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الذي يرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون يا ايها الذين امنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن الا وانتم مسلمون يا ايها الذين امنوا قولوا قولا سديدا صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله الكريم ولا تعديل الشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. We thank and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We glorify Him, and indeed we bear witness that Him and Him alone is worthy of all worship and no one else is. And we ask that He send His and our best of blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his family, his companions, and all those who follow him in the end of time. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, and loving children, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. It's a joy and a privilege and a pleasure to revisit the beautiful community of Islamic Center of South Bay after a long absence. May Allah bless each one of you for all that you do for this beautiful community. It's exciting and awesome to see the new masjid almost there. Inshallah, you all will continue, we all will continue to realize our long overdue dream. Inshallah, help all of us to realize this project before the end of this year. This afternoon, I like to share some reflections on one word in Quran al-Hakim, in the book of wisdom, in the book of knowledge. Indeed, every word, every verse, every chapter offers us a treasure of knowledge. And I, for one, am guilty of reading it oftentimes for the sake of reading, without actually pausing, stopping, reflecting, digesting, analyzing, and then enjoying the reading. I was at a conference not too long ago, and that has triggered this thinking, so I'd like to share this with us today. Applicable to all, very young, not so young, and young at heart, men and women across the spectrum. And this one word that we read quite often ceremonially and ritually, the verse that contains this verse, we read it quite often in our regular prayers, quite often when we meet or when we start, as a reminder to ourselves of the wisdom that's embedded within this verse. And this verse begins with this word, which is what I'm going to read now. Wal Asr. And we read this so often, from very young age until now. Whenever we are in rush, we want to complete our salat fast, this is the surah of choice for most of us. But this one word, which reflects to, which refers to time. And I did not fully comprehend and realize the embedded meaning of this word in our colloquial language, in English language. It's not just time. It is declining time. It is time that's passing. And what we understand by that, if we reflect deep in this, is time inherently declines. It does not incline. So every single living, breathing moment of our lives is a moment that is gone. There is absolutely no system, no science, no way that you can reclaim it back for yourself. We live in the 21st century, where in our professional lives, if you are 2 minutes late, people who are in the meeting will look at you and politely or impolitely remind you that you are late. You have violated the principle of honoring the time of the rest of the people who are there before time. And now we have come to a point, our system has become so immune that we have coined the phrase Muslim Standard Time, which means if the meeting was supposed to start at 10, it may start at 11. And if it was supposed to end at 12, it may end at 1 or 2 or 1:30. What this tells us that collectively as a culture, we have either accepted or have become immune to not value time. Not too long ago, hundreds of people in North California who were sleeping comfortably in their dwellings woke up, lost everything. Some of them died, some of them still missing. May their survivors be granted with patience. Not too long ago, in East Coast, hurricanes came and destroyed entire cities overnight. They don't have the luxury of time that you and I are blessed with today. We don't know what it is like tomorrow for either of us. So as you grow older, you begin to realize it had bit more the value of time. When you're young, you're living a carefree life, you are not necessarily giving time to think about time because you have other important things to do. But as you grow older, as I am, we tend to think that what can I do with all these years that has passed by? Which means I'm that much closer to transitioning into the eternal new life. So I better do something I rush. And you become a little bit choosy about how you spend your time, how you use your time. So I like to reflect on this aspect, and I want all of us in our solitude, in our free time, to think about the time. We are privileged and honored that we are living and witnessing the rich legacy and history of our deen, 1,439 years. This is the month of Muharram of this new year. Right? People have done lots of things over these last almost 15 centuries. Because of them and their contributions and their doing, you and I are able to do whatever we are doing today. And what we do or what we don't do will have a direct relationship and impact on our generations to come. That said, let me share with you my experience with what I referred to you in the recent conference that I attended. It's about communications. Almost all of us who are in this masjid today, most likely, will have a thing called smartphone in your pocket. All of us in our homes, our siblings, our spouses, children, they all also have these things called smartphones. I don't know about how smart they are, but they are phones. It is assumed that they are smarter than you and I, or the user. Right? It helps you to do more in less amount of time. That's the intent, that's the purpose. Instead of handwriting the directions to the place that you go on the Google Maps, you put it on your dashboard and it guides you. Hopefully you wouldn't then get lost. You would save time. That's the intent of quote unquote the smartphone. So the people who designed some of these new technologies, I ran into them and I had the privilege to sit and listen to their workings over the course of a few decades. This is 2017. If many of us probably remember, this thing called iPhone was invented in 2007, 10 years ago. In these 10 years, it has transformed the human society at the global level in every single aspect of life. Education, business, relationships, even our relationship with Allah. So we see oftentimes in this day, people read Quran on iPhones, which is great. What may not be very great is when you're praying, it rings. And sometimes some people also answer that call, either while praying or immediately after they finish prayers, irrespective of what my neighbor is trying to communicate, to plead, to beg, to cry, to thank his or her creator. So I'd like to share some statistics of an average smartphone user in today's in our time. And most likely, most of us are average users, I assume. And this is not an indictment of young people. In fact, young people may be doing other things. It is people like me, gray hair or no hair people, average smartphone users. And this is what the statistics are. An average smartphone user taps, or swipes 2,617 times a day. 2,617 times a day. You touch, you swipe, or you tap. 79% of the people, including us, average user, wakes up in the morning and within 5 minutes after waking up turns on the phone. Those of us, my parents and our parents, probably had reminded us that when you get up in the morning, you first thank Allah that He gave you the life. But instinctively, we are now conditioned that when we get up in the morning, the first thing we do, most of us, within 5 minutes after waking up, there's a phone call. 87% of the people turn off the phone before going to bed. 2 minutes, 3 minutes prior to going to bed. 95% of the people think they are going to turn the phone off before going to sleep, and they fall asleep while the phone is on. When you look at all these three phenomena, what this tells me that there is nothing more important and relevant in my daily life other than my relationship with this thing called smartphone. So now the engineers and the technologists who designed this, they themselves are rebelling against it. And that's the conference I attended. Most of the technologists who have developed this in Silicon Valley, I'm not making this up, in Silicon Valley, 350 miles north of here, which is the hub of the technology that we all are blessed with and use. The parents send their children to schools where iPhones, iPads, and laptops are banned. B-A-N-N-E-D. Children cannot bring these little tools or toys in the classrooms. Overwhelming majority of us who are immigrants from different places, in our childhood, we all remember, there were none of these things. We learned how to do math 17 times 14 based on our mental capacity, either in a few seconds or a minute or two. Children today, they can't. They literally can't. We have kids quite like that. Not that they are dumb, they're smart. It's just that their mind is not conditioned or habituated to do that exercise. Right? So these folks, they are sending their own children and depriving them of the very things that they make their livelihood from. This is so dangerous, in other words, for the social well-being. The other phenomenon that I briefly want to talk about is what is known as Facebook. I personally didn't get opportunity to learn and use, but my children use it. Majority of the people I can use today. There are 2 billion people, almost 35% of the global population, in very underdeveloped, impoverished societies and very affluent and developed societies like this. They want to share about their life story in the world on this thing called Facebook. How is this relevant to us as Muslims, as a certain set of values and ethics and principles that we like to try to inculcate in ourselves? Why is it important? And the reason this is important is, I began with that one word that I reminded ourselves with, what asr, the declining time. The amount of time that we invest and use or misuse or waste, to be more precise, in these activities. Not that they are unimportant. I want all of us to please understand that these are important things. They help. But once we use them because they are available to us and we enslave ourselves to them, then what asr is applicable on us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold us fully accountable for this awesome gift that He blessed us with of time. So I pray 5 times a day. We all pray 5 times a day, which amounts to about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the most. No more than that. And you have 34 hours a day. About 12, 13 hours a day we are awake. Of those 12, 13 hours, we have our relationship with our Creator for about 25, 30 minutes at the most, which translates to 5%, 6% of our total time. As opposed to the other things that we talked about briefly now, the percentage of time. You do the math. Who do I love more? Who do I cherish more? Who do I reach out to in times of difficulties and my need or joys or sorrows? And so on. So I want us to very, very intentionally think of these blessings and these vices that we are conditioned now to use and also become a tool of someone else. If possible, try to buy this book called Khatib. Khatib. So this book tells us that the affair or the relationship of people with this technology works in the same neurological pattern. What helps people to get addicted to drugs. So we as human beings have certain limitations. We cannot change our neurological system. This is a blessing from Allah. You can use this to the best of your ability to your benefit, or you also have the choice and the capacity to use it otherwise. Sometimes you may use it intentionally, and other times you are being conditioned to use it without you knowing that what you are using. So this book and the author illustrates various aspects of how engineers sit, think for years and years to condition your and my mind to be using this beyond it is needed. And I can discuss this more. This is Jumma today, and oftentimes we think that, or we are expecting the Khatib to narrate history, narrate ahadith, and remind ourselves. I probably am guilty of not indulging into those essentials for the sake of today. And I will conclude with this. Most of us may have experienced at one time or the other, not only in regular salat, in the time, blessed month of Ramadan, in the last blessed days of 10, in the blessed nights of the last 10 or 3, in the most blessed time of Tahajjud, this thing called smartphone reminds us or calls us of somebody while in the state of sujood. And we have experienced this in our masajid, in our homes, all the time. I had hesitated to speak about this topic for many, many months or years. But I'm compelled to bring this to our attention today and begging us to seriously reflect and think and revisit of our use and our relationship with these tools, because unless and until we intentionally do something or not do something, then we are becoming victims of that which is being put out by others for ourselves. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. I close with this ayah instead of beginning with this ayah today, only for us to truly and genuinely think about it. In Surah Al-Mu'minun, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, قَالَ كَمْ لَبِثْتُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ عَدَدَ سِنِينَ قَالُوا لَبِثْنَا يَوْمًا أَوْ بَعْضَ يَوْمٍ فَاسْأَلْ عَادِينَ قَالَ إِنْ لَبِثْتُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا لَوْ أَنَّكُمْ كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. This ayah is challenging all of us, those of us who are mindful of the time, of the life that we are blessed with. You know, this is absolutely fulfilling and joyous to think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us this time without our asking for it. And He blesses it with His generosity as much as He so likes. None of us would ever know how long or how short we are going to live or not. And yet He gives, despite of our shortcomings, despite of our recklessness and carelessness in giving Him 25 minutes as opposed to hold on to something else. He gives us this time. And this ayah reminds you of that. He will question us on the day of judgment, which we cannot deny. We all will face the day. He will ask us, how many years were you on earth? How many years did you live on earth? They, people will reply, most of us that includes us, maybe we stayed for a day or part of a day or three. Because we were so busy in our lives, we didn't keep track. Not only of how long we lived, but what did we do with the life that we were blessed with. And then people will say, ask those who keep count, those who keep track of their own life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remind us, you stayed only the very little time. If only you knew. And then He asks us this question, and that's the question we need to answer ourselves. Did you think that we had created you in vain, in waste, and that you would not be brought back? We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then when we are asked back to Him, we stand in front of Him, we say, Ya Allah, we love you so much that I gave everything that I have. Please accept very little of that. And we ask your forgiveness and your trouble for the mistakes and the shortcomings that we did. That we valued our time, we wanted to build our relationship with you, but we failed. But we tried. We tried intentionally, we tried honestly, and we tried every day, and we tried consistently. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala today, and on this blessed day, in this blessed place, that Ya Allah grant us the tawfiq to be able to realize and be truly and genuinely grateful for this awesome gift of time that you have blessed us with. And we ask, Ya Allah, forgive our mistakes and our shortcomings and our abuse of time. unintentionally maybe. We ask that give us your love, give us a desire to come closer and closer to you through our relationship with you. And Ya Allah, we ask that you bless us with time that we connect with your message, that you send us with. And Ya Allah, help us to understand your message, embrace it wholeheartedly in the depths of our heart. And then, Ya Allah, enrich our lives with that which is more meaningful and profound, that brings us closer to you, not farther away from you. And we ask, Ya Allah, to unite our hearts and our ranks. And Ya Allah, we ask that those brothers and sisters who have been working in this community and established this community and passed away after working many, many years, Ya Allah, grant them Jannatul Firdaus and give their families the best of rewards. And Ya Allah, we ask that those who are suffering in our communities and elsewhere, Ya Allah, give them strength, give them patience, give them steadfastness to be able to hang on and hold on to you and you alone and no one else. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم اغفر لي ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الله لمن حمده. الله 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 أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد اللهم لمن حمده الله 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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you today to Khatib, Brother Shakeel Syed. Inshallah, tonight for family night, we will be having Brother Muhammad Afiya. Don't forget to register your kids and yourselves in the Quran Academy, ICSE with Sheikh Anas. Also, the weekend school is open if you would like to register your children for that. If you have any questions, please visit our welcome booth outside and sign up your email for weekly updates. And women, we have classes for you from 11:30 to 1 with Dr. Khatib outfit on Fridays, inshallah. And please make dua for those who are sick and those who are in need. And please don't forget to donate to the general funds of this masjid and to the new masjid as well.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا اللهم انصر الاسلام واعز المسلمين واعلم بفضلك رايه الدين اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا وعافنا مبتلانا ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمشايخنا ولمن اعزلنا ولكل من فضل علينا ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه